What's up, guys? Yo, Fears, audience. Welcome back to the Fears podcast. All right. Fears are going to try a new coffee. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what? I've never had Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I've had Dunkin' Donuts, but I've never had their coffee. This one's the blueberry muffin. So let's have a taste. Let's have a taste. In my official Fears Vlogs mug. That's right. Ooh, that does taste good. And it does kind of taste like a blueberry muffin. It's pretty good. Me likey. All right, let's open up the chat. And guys, I am sorry about changing the stream time up. First it was between 1 and 2. Then it was at 4. I have an appointment that I have to go to at 3:30, and I thought, you know what, I could probably get a stream in before I have to go to my appointment. So that's why I changed it back. So yeah, to 12 and 1. So anyway, if you guys have not checked out my newest video on FearsMan26, my very first VR experience, you guys have got to check that out. Check that out on the main channel, FearsMan26. It was pretty good. It was pretty hilarious. And I also want to thank LC for providing the footage. And then my other vlog, if you guys have not seen me, I beat the pants off of Sam. That's right. Me and Sam went back to Disney's Winter Summerland Mini Golf. Oh, yeah. That's right. And Fears tore it up. I tore it up. So be sure to watch that. Be sure to watch it. All right. Let me just open up the chat here. Let me open up the chat here. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's, right. We got 3 people watching. Thank you so much. Oh, and someone already liked the stream. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yo, Richmeister, what's up? Let's actually see if this is Richie. Richie, I hate to do this to you every single time, but so far I've had to block, how many Sam accounts? At least 5 or 6 Sam accounts. And I've had to block like 9 or 10 fake Richie accounts. So let's see if this is really Richie. So, it is Richie. All right, good. We're off to a good start. Richie, what's up, man? How's your day? Fears has had a good day so far. I had an okay day at work. It started off good. Here. Let me give you the lowdown. So the more trucks you have, the more chaotic your day's gonna be. Fears can knock out one truck, bada bing, bada boom, by himself. No worries. Fears can knock out 2 trucks, bada bing, bada boom. 3, I can barely do it, but I can do it. 4, that's a lot. Thank God my boss has not given me 4 trucks yet. But we had a lot. Today we had 40,000. That's a lot. So it was just mad chaos. And there's this one, I'm not being racist. I'm not being racist at all. She was yelling at me. I was trying to keep up. And where the area that I work in is at the front of the belt. So not only do you have to load the truck, I have to load the trucks, but when the boxes come onto the belt, there's people working on the right side of the belt and the left side of the belt. So you have to, when you're way at the front like I am, it kind of sucks because not only do you have to load your trucks, but you have to separate the boxes. All the even go on the left, and all the odd boxes that have a number go on the right. And sometimes if I'm loading, I get a little bit behind on separating the boxes. So then these 2 old ladies, they just start bitching and moaning and complaining. And I'm like, what? I can't do it both. And the person on the right is supposed to help me, but she didn't. So I had to do it all myself. So I'm not going to throw out any names. There's this white woman that's like 62. She bitches and moans about everything. And I look at her and say, look, I'm only one person. I have to load and I had 3 trucks. I said, I have to load my trucks, run back, and separate the boxes. I'm doing the best I can. And she went, well, fine, just try to hurry it up. And I'm like, yeah, thanks for the update. I have been hurrying it up. I haven't stopped once. I didn't go to the bathroom not once, and I only had like three 10-second water breaks. I was literally like, ran, grabbed my bottle of water, sip, 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 back in. And then about a half an hour later, sip, sip, sip. Only 3 water breaks out of 6-7 hours of work. I was exhausted. But we got it all done. But then there's this other girl, at least the white lady, she's nice about it. She'll just be like, just try and hurry up, John. Just try and hurry up. And she'll help me. Like if a box goes behind, hey, John, you missed a box. Oh, great. Thanks. Awesome. There's this black lady, though. She bitches and moans and complains, and she's like evil about it. She'll be like, Jesus, you're slow. And I'm like, no, I'm not slow. I'm like, we just have a busy day. And I'm like, you're missing all your boxes. I'm like, I've maybe missed 2 boxes. 2 doesn't equivalent all of my boxes. Just 2. I think that's, and I'm like, I look at her and I'm like, just breathe. It'll be all right. Don't you get sassy with me. And I'm like, well, don't get sassy with me. I'm like, I'm working as fast as I can. Here's where I really started to laugh. She goes, well, I just want to let you know. Exactly like that. I just want to let you know. I took every ounce of energy not to laugh at her. I just want to let you know that your best isn't good enough. And I went, great. Thanks for the update. I've learned just to ignore her. So I just ignore her. So she'll be like mumbling stuff on the other side of the bed, like, gosh, he can't keep up. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I'm keeping up. So not only did I keep up, I only got behind once. It took me 45 minutes. Excuse me. So out of a 8-hour shift, out of an 8-hour shift, Fears only got behind once, and it was for 45 minutes. That's when she started bitching and moaning. It took me 45 minutes to scan all my boxes, get back up to date, get caught up, and then I was fine the rest of the night. I think that's okay. Now, if I would have kept getting behind like 4, 5, 6, 7 times, then I could see her bitching and moaning. Right, Richie? Fears only got behind once, just once, and it took me, like I said, about 45 minutes to an hour to get back to where I was, and then everything was fine. Then everything was chill. Then as soon as I got caught up, then she stopped bitching and moaning, and then I just ignored her for the rest of the shift, and everything went great. I didn't miss any of my boxes. I got them all in. Even the manager came by and said, "Hey, is everything all right, John?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Everything's cool." And she goes, "Did you get into a little tissy with her?" And I said, "I didn't." I said, "She did." I said, "She was kind of mumbling stuff that I couldn't keep up, and this job isn't for me, and da-da-da-da-da." And she's like, "Yeah, John, she's been working here like 6-7 years. Like she gets into these moods." She's like, "Just ignore her." And I looked at I have 3 managers, 2 male managers, and then a female manager. And my female manager, I mean, all my managers are nice, but my female manager, she's the nicest out of all 3 of them. I looked at her and said, "Yeah, that's what I have been doing." I said, "I've just been focused on work." She goes, "You're doing a great job." She goes, 3 trucks is a lot. She goes, "Trust me." She goes, "The most I've ever done John, by myself is 5 trucks. So she's like, "Be happy that you only have 3. I said, and then I said her name. I'm not going to say it on camera, but I said, "Oh, trust me," and then her name. I'm so grateful just to have 3. And I said, how many does that black lady have? She goes, 4. And I said, well, I've seen her get behind a couple of times. She goes, "Oh, yeah, I know, John." She goes, "That's why it's so funny." She's like, she's getting on to you about being like behind, and you've only been behind once, and then you took 45 minutes and then you got back, you got all your trucks loaded, and you got back up to par. And now you're not behind, and look over there, now she's behind. But see, I was nice. I just let people work. I keep to myself, I keep quiet, and then I just focus on my work. So I'm more mature. I'm more mature, and I was like, don't say anything back. just my manager thought it was hilarious. She goes, well, look over there, John. She goes, you're all back up to date. It only took you 45 minutes. And you should be the one bitching and moaning because now she's behind. I said, oh, yeah. I said, I know. I said, I saw. And then she's like, did you say anything? I was like, nope. I said, because I'm focused on my work, you know? Speaking of bitching and moaning, I just want to show you guys something. And Joey knows where I'm going with this. And that Smash fucking idiot or whatever the hell his name is. So, I know they did this just to start some shit. But see, I'm more mature and I'm more smarter than these fucking idiots. So watch this. Joey's like, hey, Fears, I like that photo of you and your dad and Enzo. I go, oh, thanks, man. I'm surprised that he even said that because me and Joey have never gotten along. But maybe he's trying to be more civil. It seems like it. Seems like it. The Smash guy, I don't know what the fuck his deal is. He's kind of a fucking idiot. But I know they like to tease me sometimes, but you don't tease someone about their dead dad. That I didn't really find that amusing. And he's like, oh, yeah, I really like this photo. I said, oh, thanks, man. I said, yeah, that was one of my dad's good days in the hospital. My mom surprised my dad with Enzo because my dad was in love with Enzo. My dad, whether my dad was sick or not, he always loved playing with Enzo. I love Enzo. Like I said, he is the dog version of me. He's got so much energy. He's a happy-go-lucky guy. If somebody isn't pissing me off, like these idiot trolls, then Fears is the most happiest, luckiest go guy ever. Enzo's the same way. When he's happy, he's running around. He has multiple amounts of energy, right? So I look at the photo. It's clear that someone photoshopped me out of it. Probably Joey or somebody else. I don't know. I don't want to put words in Joey's mouth, but it was something like that. Then someone said, well, too bad you weren't in it, Fierce. And I was like, I was in it. I said, somebody's just trying to, marker me out just to start some shit. And then Joey's like, well, that's how I saw it. So it doesn't look like you're in it. And I'm like, I've got the photo. I'm in it. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, I am. I'm like, I'm in the photo. I'm in it. Clearly I'm in it. And you can tell someone just colored over me and colored me out. So I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for this glorious moment because I'm like, these people are fucking idiots. I've got the goddamn photo. I'll just show the goddamn photo on stream and then I fucking win and you people are fucking idiots. So just give me 1 second. Not everyone's an idiot, just those two fucking idiots that started it and whoever photoshopped it. So just give me 1 second. I can't wait for this glorious moment. Oh man. Suck it. Oh, sweet victory, sweet revenge. Sweet victory, sweet revenge. Okay. So there's two photos. There's two photos that I'm in. There's my brother. There's my dad. There's me. And then here's the other photo that somebody cropped me out of. Is that John Fears? Oh, I think so. Look, there's John Fears. There's Enzo. And there's my dad. So suck it, you fucking idiots. I'm in the photo. Fuck you. There we are. I'm in it. I'm in it. Victory. Sweet victory. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Yo, heroes, what's up? I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway. So yeah, we were busy at work. But besides me getting behind, only for 45 minutes, it was a pretty good day. 40,000 boxes, though. That's a lot. That's a lot. Shout out to Heroes and Villains. Heroes, I just tried a new coffee, and it's spectacular. Everyone's had Dunkin' Donuts before. But have you had their coffee? I haven't had their coffee ever, until now. I've had their donuts, forever. Since I was a little kid. Here's the new one. Dunkin's Blueberry Muffin. It actually tastes like a blueberry muffin. It's really good. Big shout out to Enzo for making the official Fears Vlogs muggage. That's right. That's right. So, heroes, I hope you're having a great day, buddy. I'm having a pretty good day. I've gotten a lot of errands done. I got home, took a little nap. I paid some bills. And then I went for a walk because I'm trying to get the weight down. Went for a walk, paid some bills. I had to return some movies from the library. I also had to go to the library. I need to buy a printer. I need to buy a printer for my house. I don't have a printer. I had to print something off at the library. Printed it off. Then I went and bought lunch. I had Chipotle. I haven't had Chipotle in a while. So good. Came back. I'm almost done editing the Heroes and Villains collectibles and Fears toy hunting vlog. So Heroes, I hope to have it up by today or tomorrow. What else did I do? Paid my electric bill. Paid my water bill. Oh, went to Walmart. And then I came back. Do you have the day off? What's up, Jeremy? Nope. I work. Remember, Jeremy? I work overnight. So technically, I've been off of work since 8:05 this morning. So I got off of work at 8:05. Came home, had a little rest. Then I went out and did all those errands, and then I have to go back in tonight at work at 3:30 in the morning, and then I have an appointment for something. That's why I'm trying to get a quick stream in. I have an appointment at 2. I mean, I'm sorry, not 2. At 3:45. Hopefully, it should only take like 45 minutes, and then I'll be back home. And around 4:30, 4:40, somewhere around there. Hopefully, I'm gonna make some dinner, and then I'm gonna try and finish the Heroes and Villains and Fears toy hunting vlog, and then I'll probably upload that before I go to work later on. But good to see you, Jeremy. It's been a while. So I got Richie in here. I've got Heroes and Villains collectibles. And I've got, it's Jeremy. Well, it's Fears. What's going on? So today's topics are, I've got some updates. And then my friend was like, why don't you talk about my friend Rick? I got some good news about Rick, and I got some bad news about Rick. Rick loves Macgyver just as much as Fears. And he said, Fears, I'm asking for a request. And I said, yeah, what's that? And he goes, I just love it when you talk about Macgyver. And I was like, well, I mean, I've pretty much said everything there is about Macgyver. I'm like, I love Macgyver. I love his pocket knife. I love that he takes random household items and just makes them like into a bomb or makes them into some gadget to get away from the villains. And he doesn't have a gun. So he's like, well, just do it he goes, just do a segment. He goes, talk about, you've been watching the new ones, right? I said, I'm watching the new ones. I said, I'm on the 4th season. I've got one more season to go, but he's like, do me a favor, just talk about like how it is, how it's going. I'm like, all right. I'm like, Rick, I'll do a little something. Yo, Pixel, what's up? Wow, do you sleep like 6 p.m. to 1 a.m.? No, normally I take a nap right before work. So normally, Jerry, I'll like go to bed around 9:30, and I'll sleep from like 9:30 to like 1. And then I get up, take a shower, get all my stuff, and I'm usually out the door by 2. I'm usually out the door by 2:50 because I like to get to work really early. So tonight it starts at 3:30. So I leave at like 2:50, and my work's only like 20 minutes away. So I normally get to work around. If I leave at 2:50, I usually get there by like 3:15, somewhere around there. So I have time to use the restroom and fill my water bottle up with water, and then I always try to make the morning meeting. There's always a morning meeting. You don't have to go to the morning meeting, but I always try to go to, because if you go to the morning meeting, they have to pay you for that. So I always try to go in a little early and do the morning meeting. All right, time for some updates. So throughout all the chaos, Rick came up to me and he said, well, Fears, I've got some good news. I've got some bad news. And I went, all right, let's start with the bad news. He goes, the bad news is, he goes, tonight's my last night. I went, really? And he goes, yeah, man. He goes, I'm moving on. I said, Rick, man, I kind of told the fans a little bit about you. I said, I wanted you to be in a vlog. He goes, well, he goes, buddy, he goes, me and my lady were moving. I went, oh, well, I said, where are you moving to? He goes, away, he goes, way away. He goes, so I won't be able to be in a vlog. When I was like, well, I said, well, what's the good news? He goes, well, the good news is I found out that my lady's pregnant. And I said, oh, wow. I said, congratulations, buddy. And I said, you're going to be a dad. He goes, well, there's more good news. He goes, I got a new job that pays more, and we're going to move somewhere and raise a family. And I was like, hey, man, good for you. Good for you. So I said, where are you moving to? He said, well, we haven't decided yet. I said, wouldn't the job decide for you? And he said, well, this job you can go anywhere you want, because this job's a real popular job, and they have different locations all around the United States. He goes, and me and my girlfriend are toying with either staying here in Florida, but doing the job down in Miami. And I said, yeah. He goes, I said, where's the other? He goes, oh, I thought about maybe California. I said, that's a big move, California. I said, plus, I said, I'm sure it's more expensive to live out in California than in Miami. I said, I'm sure Miami is just as expensive as California. Maybe California's a little bit more, but I said, if it was me, I said I would pick Miami way over California. But I said, anyway, I said, no matter where you pick, I said, man, I said, it's been a great pleasure working with you. And I said, does your girl know if your baby's going to be a boy or a girl? He goes, well, we just found out. So he goes, we don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet. I said, all right, man. I said, well, here's my number. I said, keep in touch, man. He's like, yeah, man. He goes, if I'm ever in Florida, he goes, then I'll be in a vlog. Oh, all right, man. I'm like, that sounds good. So, yeah. So, Rick's moving. And I'm really going to miss, me and Rick was obsessed with movies, but he was kind of a kooky kind of guy. He had this long, flowing, Yakov hair. Yakov's got long ass hair. He had long, hippie, Woodstock hair, and he had a mustache. That's why Yakov, when you're watching this, he kind of reminded me of Yakov, because Yakov's got a flowing mustache and he's got long ass hair. Rick had this, except Yakov has glasses. Rick wears contacts like me. So I'm gonna miss Rick, even though he was kind of a kooky dude. Whenever it was a light day, he would stand right next to me, and we'd be sorting the boxes. He'd be like, Saphirs. He would just pick Pixel, I swear. He would just randomly say shit like, Saphirs, what are your thoughts on Indiana Jones? And I'm like, well, that's kind of a vague topic, buddy. I'm like, what do you mean? I said, he's like, what are your thoughts on him? I'm like, legendary, cool character, awesome whip, awesome costume, great movies. I said, no, go deeper, Fears. Go deeper. And I'm like, I don't know how much more deeper you can go on Indiana Jones. I'm like, I love the movies. I said I watched all the movies growing up with my dad and my uncles and my brother. And then he's like, go deeper, Fears. Deeper into the character. And I'm like, Rick, you're fucking hilarious, buddy. And he's like, Fears, he's like one of my favorite characters. I just want to know your thoughts. And I'm like, yeah, I am telling you my thoughts. I'm like, I just said I love the movies. I said I watched them as a kid, loved them as a kid, loved them as an adult. What's your favorite, Fears? I'm like, they're kind of all my favorites. There's not a bad Indiana Jones film. Well, the 2004 one, the 2007 one, there's great scenes in it, but I don't like it as a whole. But I wouldn't call it a bad movie. There's just some scenes I like, and kind of like Deep Space Nine. I'm not saying that's bad. There's some episodes I like and some episodes I don't like. Same thing with the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. There's some scenes that I love and some scenes that I don't love. But I told Rick, I'm like, there's not a bad Indiana Jones. But I told him, I said, I'm going to miss those conversations. The most hilarious conversation we ever had was when he asked me for parenting advice. And I'm like, well, I'm not a parent. He goes, Fears, I think me and my lady, we're going to try for a baby. And I was like, oh, that's good, man. He's like, what about you, Fears? He goes, are you a parent? I said, nah. I said, buddy, I said, I want to be a parent, but I said, you have to find a Mrs. Fears first. I said, or you have to find at least a girlfriend. And I said, it's been a while since Fears had a girlfriend. He's like, well, Fears, what do you think I should do? I was like, I'm like, do what you, I'm like, I'm not a parent, buddy. So I'm like, my best advice is do what you feel is right. I'm like, talk to your lady about it. I said, it seems like you guys both want to have a kid. So stop wearing protection and get in there like a champ and have a kid. I said, that's the best advice I can give you. And he goes, yeah, but Fears, I need more. And I was like, I can't give you more. This is some of the topics that me and Rick would talk about. I'm like, Rick, I'm not a parent yet, but I said, I'll give you some examples. I said, my mom and dad are great parents. So I said, here's what I think you should do. And then I just did it. I just told him the advice, but hilarious times, Pixel. Anyway. So yeah. Yeah, I do all right, Jeremy. Jeremy's asking, like, how much do I make? I do all right. I do okay. Rick is going out to California. I don't know. He's got two options, he said. So I don't. But see, I didn't ask him what option, Jeremy. Because one, it's none of my business. I said, Rick, give me a hug, buddy. I gave him a hug. And then I said, I wish you luck, man. I wish you luck. But even though Rick's kind of kooky, he's a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. Wow, I didn't know Yakov had long flowing hair and a mustache. Oh, he does. Yakov? I've seen a picture of Yakov. I even know Yakov's real name, but I'm not going to out him, because actually me and Yakov were actually getting along. So apparently hell did freeze over. I never thought I would say it, but even Quentin, he's still doing his little jabs here and there, but I'd have to say all of them are trying to get along. Even me and Joey, every once in a while, like last night with the validation of this photo. I think Joey was joking around, but I was like, you don't really joke around about someone's dead parents. But Smash is the one that kept egging it on. Smash, so that's why Smash is just a fucking dick. But Joey was like, well, someone gave this to me, Fears. I didn't Photoshop it. And I was like, I don't care who Photoshopped it. I'm like, I know that I'm fucking in the photo. So it's not harmony in the Discord, but it's better. So I didn't want to rock the boat. But Smash is an idiot for egging it on. I don't even know who Smash is. I have a feeling. I have a feeling I know who it is. But I don't know exactly who it is. But yeah, but it's better. Things are better. I'm trying to be civil. I'm trying not to lose my cool in there. I've been doing all right. I've been doing okay. Here and there, I'm still kind of, yeah. I did talk to Sam, Jeremy, and me and Sam are going to hang out not this weekend, but next weekend. Oh, hang on. Let me pull out my calendar. He wanted to hang out around Cinco de Mayo. So that actually is. That actually is. Yeah. Today's the 25th. That's right. Today's the 25th. So not on the 29th, but on the 6th of May, on Saturday. So yeah. So basically on the 6th, I'm going to hang out with Sam. And then I believe, yeah, so after church on May 7th, then Fears has got the Orlando Star Wars Collectors Con. So next weekend, my weekend's going to be quite busy, Jeremy. Sam's situation, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know what I can and can't say. Well, I'll tell you a little bit what's going on. I'll give you a 10-second version of it, Jeremy. Everything seemed to be okay. Sam was like, hey, Fears, I need a couple weeks. I'm going through some shit. So I gave him a couple weeks, and then he got through all that shit he was going through. Then, all of a sudden, we hung out. Everything's good. And then he calls me up and goes, Fears, it has nothing to do with you. Now I've got some new shit going on. I was like, oh, Jesus, man. I'm like, what's going on now? And he goes, Fears, it's nothing that you did. He goes, it's all this crazy shit going on in my life. And I went, all right, man. I'm like, lay it on me. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, lay it on me. What's going on, buddy? Yo, Pretend Stories, what's up? So then he goes, it's nothing that you did, Fears. He goes, remember my landlord? And I said, I've never met him. I said, but you've told me him. I said, huge fucking dick, right? He goes, oh, yeah, Fears. He goes, well, you know how I got that new job? I said, yeah. He goes, I quit, FedEx, he goes. And I said, yeah. I said, how's the new job going? He goes, yeah, it's going good. It's going good. I went, great. And he goes, well, obviously when you start a new job, they don't pay you like right away because you're new in the company. So Sam got a new job. It's actually a really good job, Jeremy. I just don't want to say it on camera. But Sam gets paid not epically more than FedEx, but he gets paid a little bit more. I went, oh, well, that's good, buddy. And he goes, yeah, but my first paycheck isn't until like 2 weeks from now. And he goes, because they caught me in the middle of a pay period. And I was like, that's fine, buddy. I'm like, just work. I'm like, and then he goes, yeah, but I'll be behind on my bills. But I'm like, yeah, but you won't be that behind. And he's like, yeah, that's true. So so Sam and I thought that his landlord would cut him some slack, right? Apparently not, because his landlord called and said, Sam, I'm so sick and fucking tired of your rent checks being late. He goes, everybody else in the house pays it right on time. And now, Jeremy, take this into consideration. I'm just telling you what I was told from Sam. So I don't know all the details. I'm just telling you kind of the 20-second version of what Sam told me. And then Sam basically said to his landlord, well, I don't mean to have them late. Just, I started a new job, so you're just going to have to, he goes, if they're late like a day or two, that's not too bad. And then Sam and me were like, I could see him getting pissed off if Sam was like, yeah, I'll just pay it whenever I want, 2 weeks late. Yeah, right on. Sam's not doing that. Sam told me he was like, Fears, I was maybe late a day or two. Maybe he was at the latest 3. I said, well, he should understand. That's only like 2 or 3 days. That's nothing. He goes, yeah, apparently not, Fears. And from what I was told, Jeremy, his landlord said, all right, well, I'm done. He goes, the next time it's late, you're out of here. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care what story. Try by, boom, see you later. So Sam was like, all right, well, I'm just letting you know the next one may be late again. It was. And then Sam said, Fears, it's probably going to be a minute before we hang out again, so tell the fans. And I said, what's going on now? And then he goes, remember how I said to my landlord, it may be late again? It was. I was late like a day. And then he just had a conniption fit and said, all right, Sam, you're done. I'm done. You're out of here. He goes, you have until the end of April to find a new home. And so Sam called me, and I was like, all right, buddy. I said, well, take as much time as you need. And then, Jeremy, I even offered, because I'm a good friend, I said, Sam, if you need help, like moving all your shit out, I said, if he kicks you out right away, I said, I don't mind like going halvesies in you, and we could take all your shit, put it in a storage unit. You could stay at my house, until you find a new place. And he's like, Fears, I've already been looking for new places. So Sam found a new place, and I said, well, just let me know. And he said, I'm going to start moving my stuff. And I said, the minute you start moving your stuff in, I said, if you need help, I said, either before work or after work or whatever, I said, I will help you move. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I'll think about it, Fears. Sam, he doesn't really like to ask for help. I love Sam like a brother, but sometimes you can't always do it by yourself. Sometimes you have to ask for help. Sam tries to be super, 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 super independent, which I admire. But I'm like, Sam, at one point, everybody asks for help. So I hope he takes my offer and I can help him move in. So there's that, Jeremy. And then the other thing is his cat did die, so that's been bumming him out. And something else happened, but it's way too personal, and I'll let Matt tell you guys. So that's pretty much what's going on. So yeah. So he did call me because I was getting worried. Like I didn't hear from him, Jeremy, like for 3 weeks. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad you called, man. And I was like, dude, I'm getting worried. And he's like, yeah, Fear. He goes, I'm sorry I didn't call you back. I said, no, it's fine. I said, you're calling me back now. He goes, well, yeah, now I'm calling you back. He goes, just to let you know that I'm doing okay. I said, is things any better? He was like, things are a little bit better. He goes, I found a new place. He goes, it's just a pain in the ass that I have to move. He goes, wow, I was late on my rent like a day. I said, yeah. I said, my apartment complex, they give you up till 5 days. So my rent, Jeremy, is always due. So like my rent's due on May 1st. But they say you can pay anywhere between May 1st and May 5th. They start charging you, I think it's like every day it's late after May 5th, it's like $50. But I always pay within the first 3 days. If it's a busy work day, I'm like, all right, I'll just pay the next day. So like where I live, it's really nice. They give you tons of leeway. But see, I have enough money I could pay right now. I'm going to probably pay this weekend like a little early, and just get it out of the way. But Sam's rent was a little different because Sam was in a house and it was one landlord and he had like 3 or 4 roommates. I'm by myself because I can't deal with roommates because I had roommates in college, and they were all enormous tools except for one guy. One guy was cool. The other guys were idiots, and I never want to have roommates again. The only person I would have in my house would be my lady. My lady, or if one of my best friends wanted to stay with me, like Sam or Randy, I'd let them stay. Or one of my family members. Anyone else, I'd be like, no. I'm like, this is the fears pad. Go away. Because I've already had to deal. I've already had to deal with like crazy roommates. And Sam told me some stories about his roommates, so it was pretty nuts. Exactly, Jeremy. He says, yeah, 5-day grace period is law in many states. Apparently not, though, if you just have one landlord and it's like 4 people to a house. Like Sam told me that he was just being a straight up dick. I was like, I'm done, Sam. You're on your own. You have until the end of April to get the hell out of here and find a new place to live. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of the rent checks being late. I'm so done. And I was like, really, Sam? And he goes, oh, yeah, Fears. And I was like, man, what an idiot. So that's kind of what's been going on. So I hope. But Sam said he wanted to hang out around Cinco de Mayo. And I was like, sounds good to me, buddy. Sounds good to me. So those are all the updates. Oh, wait, I've got one more update. So, guys, I finally put in. I'm hoping my job will let me have the time off. I put it 2 months in advance. That should be more than enough time. Fingers crossed. I gave my boss my travel days for the Missouri trip. So if my boss approves it, Fears is going to be gone through July 1st through July 9th. That is the Missouri trip. And I need a vacation. Between the idiot trolls and work. The dudes told me this. Tyler's told me this. Yakov, Pixel, even Visions, everybody. They're like, Fears, you need to relax. And I said, I am relaxed. And they're like, relax more. So, plus, you know how I've been like toying with doing a tribute video for my dad? Well, all I've got is a couple of pictures of like his grave and stuff, and then pictures with the family, and then old pictures of me and my dad. I want to do my dad's tribute video justice. And my friend was like, Fears, when you come, why don't you just get some actual shots of like you driving in the military cemetery, and then like the thousands of like white tombstones. And I was like, oh, it's a genius idea. He goes, yeah. He goes, wait and do the tribute video after you're done with your Missouri trip. Then you can actually get your dad in a cameo. Because I told my friend, I'm like, I don't want to half-ass this. He goes, Fears, if I were you, come in, get some more pictures of the military grave, get pictures of your dad's grave, more of them from every angle, get pictures of you driving and walking up to his grave, and then when you come back, then do the tribute video. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, that's a good idea. So hopefully the tribute movie for my dad will be up in August. Because then I'll be back by then. I'll be back. Excuse me. So, but if it wouldn't have been for my friend, I probably wouldn't have thought of that. Because I was just going to make like a 5-6 minute video. And I said, you know what? I said, that's a good idea. I told Jeremy, I told all my fans, I was like, oh, I said, when I go into Missouri, I said, my dad's getting a cameo. Not only in the Missouri trip vlog, but he's getting a cameo in his tribute video. I said, of course, because I can't remember, either Pixel or Vision said, well, Fears, you should go and like film his grave, like get him in a cameo. I was like, oh yeah, that's happening. I said, my dad's getting a cameo. I said, I'm honoring my dad. Anytime I go into Missouri now, my dad's going to get a cameo, always. Every single video I do in Missouri, my dad will always get a cameo. Always. So, yeah. Pretend Story says, yeah, you do need to relax, buddy. Hope you get some downtime back home. Oh, I can't wait. I mean, there's a few things on my to-do list, Pretend Stories, but once I get all those done, I'm going to relax a little bit. Like, play with Enzo. I'm going to take my mom out to dinner. I'm going to take my grandma out to dinner. Just kind of chill. Like the stuff that I want to do, I definitely want to get some playtime in with Enzo. He loves when I throw him his red frisbee. He loves when I take him on walks. I'm gonna take him to the animal. There's this like animal like playground, like near my mom's house, and there's pets everywhere. And my mom was like, "You should take Enzo there." And I was like, "I don't know if I'll put that in the vlog," but I said I'll definitely get a couple of shots of me and Enzo like playing in the yard with his favorite red frisbee or his yellow ball or whatever the hell. My mom's like, "Oh," she goes, "I may have thrown that out." I said, "Well, that's fine." I said, "When I get there, I'll just buy him a new fucking toy." And she's like, "Yeah, he loves toys." I was like, "Well, then I'll just get him a new one," you know? So I want to do that. Of course, I want to spend 4th of July with my mom and my grandma and my buddy Eric. Eric and his wife, Erin, they've been good friends. I've been good friends with them since the end of 8th grade. He's like, "Oh, well, Fears, you're coming in the 4th of July. He's like, "Man, we're having a big barbecue." He goes, "We could make it like a Fears welcome home celebration and 4th of July." I was like, "That sounds great." And I said to Eric, I said, "You want me to buy the beer?" He's like, "Oh, Fears." He's like, "We'll both buy beer." And I'm like, "Yeah, buddy, now we're talking." I'm definitely going to hit up V-Stock, my second favorite place to find those rare gems, those rare Blu-rays. Because Visions wrote me and said, "Hey, Fears, have you got a list down of all the hilarious horror movies?" I said, "I've got it," but I said, "Don't worry." I said, "I will find them. I will find them." I'm definitely going to go to my favorite store, Slackers. It's my favorite nerd store in Missouri. And Jeremy, when you see the footage of Slackers, they need to make them out here. But it's only like a mom and pop's kind of like nerd place. They've only got like, oh shit, I think like 6 locations. Most of them are in Missouri. One of them is in downtown St. Louis. And then 2 of the locations are in Illinois. So they're slowly but surely like branching out. So we're definitely going to do the ultimate bowling guys night, like with all the guys. My friend Jess, last year, I sent her an invite, and I haven't talked to her since high school. She came, and that was a blast to see her again. And because she was like, "Hey, when you come in, are you going to do another bowling thing?" I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Me, Mike, Travis, Jonathan." I said, "We all do the bowling thing." I said, "Yeah, I want to come again." I said, "You're more than welcome to come again, Jess." So, yeah. So there's a lot. But I finally put in the dates. I just hope, because the way pretend stories, Jeremy, the way my job is, they said the more in advance you put it in, the more 10 times likely you're going to get it. They said if you just come to us like 2-3 weeks before and was like, "Yeah, here's my dates," they're going to be like, "Yeah, that's not going to happen." Nope. So it's about to turn May, and I said, "Well, July 1st through." They said, "Fears, that should be plenty of time." And I was like, "I hope." When I gave the dates to my boss right before work started last night, and I said, "All right, here we go." I said, she goes, "Oh, thank you." She goes, I'll personally look at them, and I'll let you know if they approve it or not." And now, if they don't approve it, like let's say they don't approve it, and somebody's already has those dates, they just told me if someone already beat you to it, Fears, and someone put in for those dates, then just pick another week. And I said, "Okay." I said, "I'll just pick another week." They said, "We always tell people to do that," because they said, "What if you buy all your tickets and stuff, and then we say, 'Oh, sorry, someone beat you to it, Fears. Someone already has that week.' Then you wasted your money." So I said, "I'm not going to buy any tickets until you guys give me the A-OK." I said, "The minute you guys give me the A-OK, then I'm going to," and I always buy my tickets way in advance, because Pretend Stories, I think you told me this, and Visions and Pixel said it. A bunch of people said they're like, "Fears, buy your tickets way in advance, because the more in advance you get one, a better seat." Because I hate those fucking, oh god, my neck is so stiff. I try to ride business class. I've only ridden first class twice in my life, and that was when me, my dad, my brother, and my mom. My dad was like so big in his company, Pretend Stories, they just overflowed him with frequent flyer miles. So my dad would just save them all up and go, "Oh, well, I don't have to pay anything." He would use all of his frequent flyer miles, and he would get us the best seats. And then he would come up to my mom and dad and my brother and be like, "Hey guys, I didn't have to pay for any of this because I used all my frequent flyer miles. It's a free trip to England." And I was like, "Oh yeah, right on, Dad." And he goes, "It's good to have." My dad had, when he passed away and when he retired, he had Well, before he got sick, he had 25 people working under him. As he got more sick, and then up until retirement, he had 40 people working under him. So I have a lot of respect for my dad. And I mean, of course I love him, but that's pretty kick-ass. And my dad started in the mailroom in that fucking, in that job. That's pretty cool. So I'm hoping that's way in advance. Because then if they deny it, then I'm going to be like, oh shit, now I have to pick another fucking week. So I told my buddy Eric, I'm like, Eric, let's hope we can go nuts and drink some booze and celebrate the 4th of July together. I said, if not, then I said, I'll just try to come in June or I'll try to come in August. Because my mom said, why don't you switch it up, Fears? Don't you always come around your birthday. Come another time. And I said, all right. I said, I'll try. So I already texted my mom and she's like, well, fingers crossed. And I said, yep, fingers crossed, Mom. I said, they should, because it's 2 months in advance. I said, that should be more than enough time to find someone to cover my shifts, because it's both. They look to see, do we have enough people to cover Fears for 9 days? And then number 2, has anyone picked those vacation days yet? Because it's first come, first serve. If someone already grabbed them, then they're like, oh, sorry, Fears, someone already got them. So, and I'll be like, I get it. I understand. If someone beat me to it, someone beat me to it, and then I'll just pick another week, you know? So, yeah. Pretend Story says, I think they'll let you go. That's plenty of time in advance. I mean, you would think so. You would think so, Pretend Stories, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right, let's see. What else? I think those are all the updates. That was topic 1. Oh, one more thing. In case people didn't see the schedule, brand new schedule. Jeff's last show. Jeremy, I haven't seen you in a while in the chat. Oh my, the last show was fucking epic. It was huge. Huge. And I went in and they were like, Fears, dude, we haven't seen you in ages. I said, I've been busy at work and hanging out with friends and saving money and kind of doing my own thing, since my dad passed away. And they're like, yeah, you only came to one convention so far, the Super Retro Con. They said, and now you're at this one. I said, all right. I said, I won't be able to make it to all of them, but I said, I try to come to as many as I can. I said, work gets crazy. So the next show I'm going to, here's all the shows. May 7th, the Star Wars Collector's Con. I will be at that one. June 11th is the Jacksonville Collector. That drive is like 3.5 hours away from where I live, so I'm not going to that one. June 25th is the Orlando Funko Pop collection. I won't be going to that one. We all know Fears' thoughts on Funko Pops. Crap. Garbage. Well, I don't like them. To each their own. If you guys like them, then that's great, but I'm not a Funko Pop type of person. July 8th and 9th. Well, if I do get my vacation, I won't be able to go to that one. I'm going to miss one of my favorite cons. I love the Tampa Toy Con. I love that one. So, but it's worth missing that one to be with my family, my friends that I haven't seen in months. August 12th and 13th is the Central Florida Collectors Fest Toy Con. I may go to that one. I'm definitely going to the September 9th one, the Star Wars. Then we have another Star Wars convention. October 1st is the Gatorville Collectors Toy Fest. I never went to that one, so we'll see. October 7th is the Kissimmee Collectors Toy Fest. I usually go to that one. That one's pretty good. That one's Kissimmee's not too far away. Then October 21st, we're back to South Florida Collectors Toy Fest in West Palm. I've never been to that one, so hopefully I can go to that one. November 4th, I'm definitely going to that one. That's the Florida Extravaganza Toy Fest, which I just went to a couple of days ago, and that one was a blast, so I'm definitely going to that one. And then the last one of the year is November 19th, the Space Ghost from Coast to Coast Collectors Toy Fest. So I've never been to that one either. My friend said it was good. We'll see. All right. So in honor of my friend Rick, he said he wants me to talk about some more Macgyver. So Rick, I'm just letting you know, I've already told the fans everything. I'm probably going to make this little segment like 5 or 6 minutes and then move on. But my word is my bond. If I say I'm going to do something for a friend, I'll do it. All right. We all know that I love the old Macgyver. For Christmas last year, I got I don't remember if I bought. No, wait, I didn't buy it. I think my brother got it for me. My brother or Randall, I can't remember. One of those guys bought it for me. The new Macgyver. It's pretty good. They've just changed a few things. Like Thornton is no longer a man. Thornton was a man in the old one. Now Macgyver's boss is a woman. In the old one, Macgyver was like around my age, like 37, 38. So he wasn't too young, but he wasn't too old. He was kind of like in the middle, perfect. This one, they got a real young, like kind of model looking guy. He's like 24, 25. Great actor, by the way. Great actor, by the way. He's done a lot of, I think this is like his first on-screen like television performance. Now he's probably done a lot because they did the new Macgyver back in 2016, 2017. So I guarantee you he's had more gigs, since then. But back then, I think that was his first gig. He's done a lot of theater, though. He's a good actor. Of course, they have the classic Macgyver, Red, Swiss Army, pocket knife. And they've just kind of updated the series. He still does his Macgyver-isms, taking just random objects and making into it. Like, I'll grab this, battery acid and this twine and, this lamp, and I'll make an electric shock to blow the knob off the door and just walk through the door, some shit like that. So he still does all that crap. But now there's a lot of technology because now we're in 2016. Because when they made the first one, it was in the 80s. There was no internet. They did have cell phones, but they were like a big block that you had to like hold like this, So they've just updated the series. All right, Rick, that's all you get. I'm moving on because all my fans are sick and tired of hearing about Macgyver. So am I, and I love Macgyver, so what does that tell you? But I'm on season 4, so I cannot wait to review it for you guys. I just got to get through one more season. They did 5 seasons of the new Macgyver. The old Macgyver had 7 seasons, so clearly the old Macgyver's doing a lot better than the new Macgyver. But there you are. It kind of happens when you do remakes. All right, last topic. You guys know that I just got some new props. Well, my friend called me the other day and said, Fears? Oh, Fears. And I said, yeah. And he said, well, you know how you bought a lot of props at this last... I said, yeah. I said, at the Tampa Extravaganza ToyCon. He goes, yeah. He goes, first of all, he goes, I want to thank you for all the cameos in your upcoming vlog. I said, oh, yeah, no worries, dude. I said, you're my favorite booth. I said, you sell real ones, you sell replicas, you do everything. And he goes, well, Fears, I've got some new ones. And he goes, I'm calling you now. So if you want some, I can put them aside for you. And I went, oh, yeah? I'm like, let's hear them. And he goes, I have a replica of the everlasting gobstopper from Willy Wonka. I went, oh, yeah. I'm like, go ahead and save that one. And he goes, Fears, you know how you bought a Wonka bar from me like a year or two ago? I said, yeah. He goes, well, I've got a newer version of the Wonka bar from the Tim Burton one. I said, oh, yeah. I said, send me one of those. And he goes, do you have a golden ticket yet, Fears? I said, I don't, but I would love one. He goes, well, I just got some replica golden tickets in. And I said, oh, yeah, absolutely. Save me one of those. And then I said, how much are you selling all these? He's like, we can worry about the price. He goes, because Fears, even though we're friends, he goes, I've seen your videos. He goes, you are ruthless when it comes to making deals. I said, the reason why I'm so good at making deals is, I said, I learned from the masters. I said, my dad was great at business and doing deals, and my grandpa was even 10 times better at doing a deal than me and my dad. So those guys were even more ruthless than me. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, well, that's why, Fears, I want to do it. That's why I don't want to, say any prices over the phone. And I said, okay. I said, I'm still going to get a good deal, though, right? He goes, oh, yeah, Fears. He goes, that's why I want to do it, in front of you so I can prepare. I said, there's going to be no preparing. I said, even if you prepare, you say 60 and I'm going to get it for 20. And he goes, you think so, Fears? And I'm like, I know so, buddy. And LC knows this, too. You never do any deals, especially if it's a weekend convention. If it's a one-day con, then it's kind of hard to negotiate because it's only a one-day con. If it's the more days you have in a convention, so let's say you go Friday and you see a statue or a collectible on Friday, Just say, hey, you know what? I'll think about that $60 statue. Give me some time to think. Now, you never know. It could sell by Sunday. So if it sells, then oh well, too bad, so sad. If it doesn't sell, wait till Sunday. And then you just keep sapping on the, hey man, I always wait until like 25 minutes before the con ends. I said, hey man, it's almost done. And they're like, oh yeah. Like, I want to get one last selling. Like, did you think about the statue? I'm like, yeah, I thought about the statue. I'm like, man, 60s, that's pretty high, buddy. And then that's when sometimes it works for your favor. They're like, well, Fears, it's only 25 minutes left. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Like, instead of 60, how about 40? And I'm like, do you really want to pack that back? My classic line is, do you really want to pack that back up in your trailer? And then I just kind of stare them down. And then they're like, yeah, if I have to. No. There is no have to. You don't have to pack it. And then they're like, all right, well, Fears, make me an offer. I'm like, definitely not 40. I'm thinking about 20, 25. And usually 10 times out of 12, I can get them down super low. Every once in a blue moon, there's some stingy vendors, like that Chinese bitch. Oh, my Lord, she was so old. She's like 65. I'm giving you a deal. You're not giving me a deal. $2 for a VHS tape, that's a deal. Not $10 for a VHS tape. She would not budge. So I had to pay $10 because I really wanted that fucking VHS tape. And I'm telling you, she was a cranky biatch. And you know what? I've only seen her once after that. So thank God she doesn't go to Jeff's shows anymore. Oh, man, she was such a bitch. It was nuts. Insane. So, those are all the new props. So, hopefully, at one of those next few shows, probably I'll get them after my vacation in Missouri. So hopefully Fears can add an everlasting gobstopper, a new candy bar, and a new golden ticket. Because I love that movie. Even to have a replica of it would be awesome. Anyway, I'm taking off. Well, that about does it. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Shout out to Pixel, Jeremy, Pretend Stories, The Richmeister, and Heroes and Villains Collectibles, and no Visions. One tier. Visions did not make it. I wrote him and said, hey, Visions, I'm doing a show anywhere from like 12, 1, 2-ish, but I've got to goes. So, Visions, I hope you can catch the next one, buddy. But thank you for everyone who did show up and watch. Fears loves you. Fears cares about you. Thank you to all my loving and loyal fans. And to all the trolls. That's right. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my buddy, Pixel. Lord of those pylons at Pixel Protocol. Check him out, Pixel Protocol. Check out my buddy, Lord Randall at Cameo Man 2021. And his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. Follow Fears on TikTok. FearsMan26 on TikTok. Follow Fears at FearsMan26, the main channel, and Fears Vlogs, what you're watching right now. And that about does it. Triple, what's up? You got here 2 seconds before I ended the stream, but hey, you made it. You made it. At least you saw a good 10 seconds of me talking. All right, I'm taking off. This is Fears, signing off. Hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace, deuces. I'm out.